Hey guys, what's poppin'? It's your boy TimoLeo back with another video. Today's video is a bit down to earth. We're not doing a reaction video or anything out of the world. Just here talking to one of my bros who choose not to disclose their names, and we're just gonna talk about how life has been since the start of the pandemic and how we think it will play out after. So yeah, welcome mates.
It's good.
Thanks for having us here, bud.
Hey, no problem, man. So yeah, since the first announcement of it or the first surfacing of it back in December of 2019, I believe, what was your thoughts on it? Did you think it'd get this big?
To be honest,
My
I low-key thought that it was gonna be like a 2 week thing. Like, it's just gonna be 2 weeks out of school and we'll be straight back into it. But nah, just that just never happened. And now we're just here living on autopilot.
Look at us now, man. It started off with the 2 weeks. It's like, 2 weeks, you'll be back.
for me, like my earliest recollection of it was like early 2020. But like we were just I'm not even I barely remember this when we were just like in class, like in school, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, so there's like this thing with China and a certain animal, and now you guys get to stay home. So like at first that was like pretty cool, but then like it just kept on building. Like it just didn't end. Like we didn't get to go to prom, bro, and I'm still salty about that.
Hey, they did us dirty on our senior, like, not gonna lie. That shit hurts, but at the same time, it's like, I got a better story to tell out of it, I guess. Like, I get to stretch this in like my autobiography or something in the future.
I mean, we get to tell our kids that like just exaggerate the story as much as we can, but
Yes, we survived a pandemic that killed millions of people. Look at us, we're super strong.
bro, the thing that really like got to me the most was the fact that we didn't get to take like graduation pictures together. Like our graduation was
Yeah.
just a mess.
That don't I don't know, man. I got a section with school, so we can really indulge in that later on in the video. But the thing that really got to me before we get there was just like the whole end of year things. Like we had so many things planned as students to do, like at the final weeks of school, and it just all got scrapped away, and that really itched me or pissed me off.
I'm not gonna
Really.
lie, that also hurt me. Also, I had a lot of plans for that year overall, and it just went down the drain, and I couldn't do anything or go anywhere. It's just kind of depressing.
It,
I'm just at home, just sitting in darkness, wondering when it's all gonna be over. It was just a downhill ride to rock bottom.
Yeah,
since
because that's the thing. Like we were supposed to be like that summer was supposed to be a movie,
it was
college,
supposed to
a
be the
movie,
summer,
but
bro. It was supposed to be the summer, and that's the thing that really got to me because we had like you said, we all had this expectation of what was ahead. Like we already had that this summer was going to be the summer, and then life just was like, nah, this ain't it, chief. This ain't your year, and it's like, damn.
life just kind of told us lay down.
Pretty much, yeah. Since this whole thing started, do you know anyone or have you yourself caught it?
I personally know a couple of people who got it, and we're keeping updated with them and their situation. Like I have a homie that lives in Mexico. He caught it. He caught it, and he only had it for about a week, and he said he felt fine. I guess he's just built different.
Built different, isn't it?
And then
I
on
do.
and then on other cases, there are other friends that like couldn't deal with it. They're like super sick, but they still survive. So I guess that's a good thing. Nobody
Yeah.
died
Yeah.
that I know of, and a lot of people
Recently,
did die.
yeah, recently one of my friends from like where I live, um, he was like he was brain dead for a little while, and he died like very recently. And like this is a guy that like I knew personally. Like we go running together and stuff like that, and like it just kind of hit. But I have known other people who have like caught it and they're still like alive. But to have like that death come so close, it was like I don't know, just like strange. And when that's a when I got into a situation like in 20, I think it's 2019 or 2020, the doctors thought that I had it. Like for me, they just seemed so eager to like so
Diagnosed.
eager to just diagnose you with that, and that bothered me because I had no symptoms. Like I had no symptoms that even remotely would indicate that that's what it was. So I feel like a lot of people probably got misdiagnosed.
Yeah,
I
that
can definitely see that happening.
yeah.
Oh,
We let's be honest. We live in beliefs that definitely happened.
uh, way too many times than can count, honestly. Like I told you, bro, I got expired medication when I went for my vaccine. Check out the video up top, by the way. I got expired medication, bro.
Nice
That
plug.
shit still trips me out. But when it comes to my case of knowing anyone, my neighbor caught it, and she felt like she wasn't like 100%. She did feel ill, but like it passed, and I knew like a couple other people caught it, but some of them had like symptoms, but not all of them got like this serious, like to the point that they weren't able to breathe. It was just like, oh, I feel like a normal flu, and some were like totally fine, like you said. So I feel like you said many people may have probably been misdiagnosed, and it's not a surprise. Like you said, our healthcare system is not exactly the best, and
Nah, it totally sucks here. let's let's not give false information. Like we get expired medication here. That's not okay.
it's not. But speaking of the healthcare system, how have this whole like pandemic affected you? Like, has there been any problems? Like, you said just now, you had like depression with the whole plans declining and stuff like that. So, like, how have it really affected you guys? Because I know it affected me a lot initially.
So
Initially,
it affected me in two types of ways, mentally and physically. I kind of got fat, not gonna lie, sitting inside all day. Kind of gained like I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 pounds. And mentally, it it was just super scary, dude. I basically got scared of this disease because I thought I had it, but turns out I didn't have it. It was just stomach bug or whatever. And mentally, all my plans got canceled. I couldn't go outside. It was just really hard for my mental health, just sitting inside all day, not doing anything. And I later well, yesterday came to a realization because of how I was living. I was basically on autopilot, just living and doing whatever. I didn't even know today was Independence Day. That's how messed up it was. Kind of opened my eyes.
Because when you think back, like every year that you can remember, September, like the end of the year, are these months where like it would be these massive celebrations, and now it's just like nothing.
Empty streets
Do
and
you
stuff.
have any idea? We were in town today, and it was so quiet, and that is not normal at
yeah,
all.
yeah. Like, so, I went to do some stuff with like I go to like these little meetings and whatnot, and we were riding across town, and it was like dead quiet, bro. And that really played with my mind because it made me remember, like you said, like these times of the year, it was like really hype. Like today, you'd have like a parade going on, the park would be filled, and it just be like a whole
Yeah,
pandemonium, and
fireworks
then
and
you just
shit.
have this empty streets, no nothing, no music, no parties. It's really a transition that just man, I don't know. It's hard, honestly. When it for me though, the biggest effect it had on me was just like I had like this reverse cabin fever kind of thing. It's just that. I've been trying to keep it together. I've been trying to distract myself. I got more active in my community. I got closer to like my religion, where I just really start to dive into all these new ventures in an effort to keep myself like distracted. I don't want to say distracted, but keep myself connected with what truly matters and keep my eyes focused on the goal. Because I had so much planned, and when it didn't play out the way I wanted it to play out, I really got disappointed initially. So it really played me, and it was like, damn. Like for a short, maybe a week or two, I was just sitting here like, the heck am I supposed to do now? Like I got so much free time. At first, it was fun because it was like I get to stay home. I was playing games every day. I was watching movies. I was doing everything that I want to do. And then all of that finished. Like I watched every series I wanted to watch, every movie I wanted to watch. I got tired of playing games, and now it was just this point of what now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to cope with the new changes, I guess, but I'm doing much better now than I was back then.
For me, it goes without saying, like you guys know this, that I am a very active person by nature. Like I am a mover, so not being able to do that, or like having to think about all these like extra factors um in like when I want to do something, it was just like, I don't know, it just weighed on me. But at the same time, it's like all this, because this has been like excessive moments of time to just like be with yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people, they found like spirituality or something, but for me it was like um it's all just been like a blur. Like every day was just something else, but it was never like these years, all these events, like life events, they were supposed to be something else, but like the reality of it is just so drastically different.
Yeah.
So for me now, it's just still that same motivation where it's like I want to get back to moving. I want to get my blood flowing. I want to like get my life really started again.
Bruh, you don't
This
know, bruh. You don't know.
this
Man.
this
And
pandemic.
this is coming from me, like you're probably the most active out of the group compared to like our next friend that plays basketball. But like you're probably like the more frantic one out of all of us. So I know this hit you real hard. Like most of us are like homebodies, so we didn't feel that much. But trust me when I say, bro, I'm tired of being home. Like I genuinely want to go out and like go hike or something. Like I want to experience nature for a bit. Like just get out there.
And I totally agree with you. I never went out much. I never usually go out. But when I do go out, I always wanted to have the best time that I could. And seeing, not taking advantages of when I was when I got invited to go out and just deciding to stay home really opened my eyes that I should go out more. Like I shouldn't stay inside because you never know what you have until you take it for granted. And I took and I took all of that for granted. Now look at me now. Never went anywhere. Always inside. Pandemic came. Couldn't go anywhere. Always inside. It's just a spiral downwards. Like I said earlier, it hurts to be honest.
But yeah, I mean, like it was like senior year that I started to like open up and I started to go out more, and trying to be. I just realized I didn't want to have dead stories like in the future where it's like I'm old and I have no stories to tell. Like, what was your teenhood like? And it's just like, oh, I was home playing games and watching movies. Like, I refuse for that to be my story.
Yeah, I
But
Yeah,
totally agree.
I agree with you, because you've seen me at time. You've called me sporadic, and I think that's one of the best adjectives to describe me. Where like there'll be times where my desire to like move just builds up so much, and I'll just like go somewhere and do something just to get that feeling again. Because it's I don't I really want to relate it to prison, because that I don't want to like slight what people going in prison are going through, but it's like a different sort of jail, you know? So
kind of mental, but
Literally house arrest.
yeah.
on God,
But do you think there was like any pros if you were to like straight up put it out?
Ah, dude, there are
What was like the
many
pros or the
pros.
cons of this whole
I have
pandemic?
a I have a couple pros that I've been thinking of that I know is a fact. So we have less airplanes aren't flying. We have less air traffic, less pollution and ozone there, right? Um, people aren't going on the beaches. No more littering.
No more
Um,
pollution, bruh.
no more
Or
pollution.
less
So
pollution,
our
rather.
our beach our beaches are clean. I'm not gonna lie. They've been
Yes,
clean for the longest.
which is
That's
wild.
our entire community has been clean for the longest because nobody's been able to go outside. That's kind of a good thing. Dude, I saw a bird and it's not black.
are you
Like
talking about that pigeon you threw like a brick at?
yes. Nah,
I
like
don't think
I've
I
seen
don't think the
tropical
police
birds, dude.
um pet control place is going to like that
Hey
one.
Peter, hey Peter, I want all the smoke. Come for me.
Yeah, come get me. I throw bricks at birds.
Do it. No balls.
but when like you always said about litter, bro, a day like today, you walk the main streets and there would be so many plastic bags of water, bottles
So
from
many
liquor,
foam plates.
everything just all rigged across the
Bro, a
street.
day like no, it wouldn't be today. It would be tomorrow. Like it's always
Tomorrow,
a
yeah,
day
Yeah, it would
tomorrow.
be
after the party
the
where like you
aftermath
go
of the
out and
celebration.
there's people like sleeping in the street.
Yeah,
Like they have
people
houses, but like they just decided to
They got
rest there for
wasted.
the night.
like the day after the celebration used to be the most funniest thing ever. Literally see people outside just like naked or not knowing where they are
And
because they've been partying all night.
the thing that gets to me, right, is like most of the time it never like these occasions they never land on like the weekend. It was always like a Monday or Tuesday, so it's like you party hard as hell like the day, and then you
And then
gotta
you
go
have to
right
go
back
back
to
to
work.
school,
You gotta go
back
right
to
back to
work.
work or school the next day, and it's just like you and workers run out. Imagine you're just so hungover, just like god damn, just hitting
Yeah,
every decision you ever made.
I've definitely been in that position, and like the next day I'd have like a science test. It didn't stop me though.
Built different, my guy.
Yes,
For
sir.
me,
We're just built to last.
for me, the pros that I think came out of this, it gave a lot of people a chance to, like connect either with themselves or with family, especially like those households where it's like parents are constantly working and don't have time for their children and stuff like that. You really give them the chance to, just connect and be closer as a family to the point that they're probably annoyed at each other. But that's great. I mean, you get that connection that, you know, at least now you're annoyed with each other for being around each other and not
Not
having no
being
one
around at
around.
all.
Yeah, and even with like yourself, like alone, because like you said, there've been way too much times with you and your thoughts, and you really get to listen to yourself. Because a lot of time when you before like the whole pandemic, life was just moving so fast that you were always up to something that you never got a chance to really sit down and just think with yourself and think about what's really going on. So like I think it really gave people a chance to understand what they want to do or what they are really up to. So yeah, that's what I think about it.
Do you think the pros outweigh the cons though? Because on the flip side of all of that, like people have
Yeah,
made some
definitely,
horrible decisions
I,
during
I
this.
definitely I
definitely.
don't think there's more pros than cons. Like there's definitely more cons than can be counted or stated in this single video. But I'm pretty sure, like, I'm trying to just be optimistic and look at the positives because I'm pretty sure we can just sit here all night and just list con after con after con, just seeing how bad this thing really have affected us.
Shout out DreamCon.
So all of us are students. We just graduated from our senior year and all. But how do you think the school systems have been dealing with it? Like the institutions, we all go to different schools.
Not gonna lie, they suddenly dropped a new way to teach on teachers that have no idea how to teach on that type of platform. It's like it's like you're giving a baby a balloon and telling her to blow it. It's not gonna know what you're talking about. That's basically what they did to the teachers. They gave them the opportunity to teach online on platforms they had no idea how to use. So the teachers and the students are just sitting there not knowing whether they're whatever they're doing is right from wrong, you could say.
That is actually so messed up because it not only affects the teachers. If anything, the teachers aren't really affected by this. Like it's an inconvenience for them. They are not affected. It's the
Yeah, the
students
students are.
that are
I'm
affected by
not.
it.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. If school was to open back right now, I would go to school dumb as bricks. I learned nothing. Literally, I didn't learn
I think
anything.
a lot of us can attest to that. Like honestly, the first semester it was completely my fault. Like I just wasn't taking it as seriously because I don't know. I guess I took the whole online thing as I can always Google the answer, or I could always search for the answer and find it. And I became very dependent on that to the point that I had no clue of what was going on in class. That when tests did come, I was fully dependent on it, and then I didn't have enough time to search and input answers and all of that. So it really, I set myself up on a trap. But personally,
Exactly.
my school has been handling it quite well. I think the school itself is doing a good job, a good enough job at making sure we have the necessary resources we need to be there. Not it's not like they're giving us, but like when it comes to like their Google Classroom or whatever it is, they make sure that we have it all set and stuff. So I guess they did it. They figured it out well enough to a certain extent, if that makes sense. Like we have our school emails, and so everything seems to be sort of locked off on the institution's end. So I don't know. How about you, bro?
But
See, for me, it's the opposite because it's just been a mess all the way through for me. Like
yeah,
I
same.
still haven't recovered from the fact that I got an F in English in like my first
God
semester
damn.
because I
Jesus
graduated at
Christ.
the top of my class out of an arts program. So it's like, how does this even happen? But it was largely my fault because I just wasn't focused.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first year the pandemic started, well, the final year, I literally did nothing. Think they put us on like an app called Edmodo or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
what we started on.
Yeah,
That
I
was
did.
tanky, bro.
I did nothing on Edmodo. I
Edmodo
didn't.
is ghetto.
Yeah, I didn't understand anything. I didn't do anything.
You know what get to me, right? Because it's like the fact is they had to go. Whoever was in charge of this, they had to go and Google this shit and was like, I wonder what would be a good classroom. And they ignored everything that said Google Classroom and said, huh,
And
Edmodo, I'll try this. I'll try this. This
yeah,
seems like
just a
the move.
goofy yellow app.
I was like, what is this? What kind of Mexican app brand is this? Shout out
But
Mexico. I got friends out there.
but all jokes aside, the app is horrible. I'd never want to use it again.
Yeah, definitely, man. Google Classroom is the way to go, man. How do you think the teachers have been dealing with it? Like in terms of teaching the content, getting the content across, or just being there for the students?
Most students are ignorant. If work if work is assigned, they probably won't get it done in time due to the fact that they are at home. Personally, I've not finished some assignments on task just because I'm like, yeah, I have free time. I could do it later, and then just not do it.
The
But
demon of procrastination.
yeah,
I've submitted
yeah,
assignments like a month after and still gotten like full marks. But
yeah,
for
that's
me,
the
it's
thing.
I think another aspect is like they took us away from our community because the thing about high school, like we were around people like every day, like it wasn't a
Yeah,
choice. And now all of a sudden it's like you're at home
and like it's just you.
I mean, I feel like the teachers at my school, they've been, I don't know, it's a weird 50-50 where it's like some of them are there and like they're really putting an effort into like teaching us or making us understand what the content is. And
The
then there's
knowledge
some
of
again who
there.
just come and like read off a PowerPoint and expect us to like understand. Like it's just like, oh well, the curriculum says we need to do XYZ, so here is XYZ. This is how you write them, and that's it for the day. See you tomorrow. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
And then personally, some teachers that teach me pretend like they care. They give you like an email to email them whenever you need help, and they will never respond to your email. They give you a phone number to text them whenever you need help. They will never respond to that text. They just
Where that
pretend that they're there, but they're not.
I don't think you understand how much that lack of communication gets to me because sometimes I genuinely like be needing like the teacher's assistant while doing like a homework or a project where it's like, oh, hey, miss, is it okay if I do this? Or hey, miss, can I include this? And then it's just like, now I gotta halt my entire project or I gotta move on to something else, all because you take a whole 6-8 hours to answer me, or not even answer me at all. And I gotta wait till our next class for me to ask you after class, and it's just so much a waste of the time. And I understand, I'm not saying that you should answer me right away because you got other students to deal with, but at least let it be like within like a 4 hour span, like that should really irritates me like to the bone,
Yeah, they
honestly.
should really do something about that.
How about the students themselves? Because I feel like that's a big part of the school system. It's not a school system without students. How do you think we, not just us, but how do you think like other students have been holding up?
I've I've seen students like really care about what they're doing, like taking this opportunity to get all marks, all marks as possible. And then there's other students who just don't care that don't do anything. They're just there in class, but not really there.
So I think I've been at every stage that you're speaking of. So
Haven't we all there?
at the start I was that student who was there but not there. Like I'd be in class but I'm like full on in the middle of a game or texting someone or doing something, not even listening to the at all in class. And then second semester came, didn't do much really. Like I was paying attention, but it still wasn't like 100% because I wasn't doing anything serious. I only did 4 subjects. It's complicated, but this semester it's like I'm fully locked in to the point that I'm like writing notes again. I'm like paying attention in class. I'm participating. I'm all locked in. So I've been at all the stages we are talking about, but I'm still honestly pissed for those students who are just like really happy to be there. Like, I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
they
have this
get.
at my school,
You're
but
overly enthusiastic
yeah, like
about this
Yeah, I
there's
get
situation.
it.
no reason to be this happy.
Yeah, I
You
want
have
you to
no,
be as miserable as me. Come on.
yeah, like why are you so happy? Like you are equally suffering through this.
Yeah, we both have to wake up super early to get in the
Yeah,
classes.
what's your issue, bro? Like it'd be like early, like 8 in the morning, and you're here like, "Good morning, miss. How was your weekend?" And I'm here like, "Hi, miss, morning."
Or there's that one student, miss, you forgot to give this or that.
Like
And
you
then,
can you're not even they could not have their camera on, but you could just clearly envision the brown on their nose.
And that's the thing with like my school as well. We have to have our cameras on, and like I don't know, this year they've gotten so strict with it. It's like last year they were like, oh, you gotta have your camera on, and then it's just like half the class don't have their camera on. I'd have it on sometimes, most of the times, honestly. Yeah, I had my camera on like in almost every class except for one class because he honestly didn't care or asked us to. But like the thing is now it's like every now you just get to see everyone's face and some of them are like really up close to their screen looking all attentive, big smile on their face, and it's just like there's no reason for that, sweetheart. Stop. I'm here looking like I'm trying to be awake and writing my notes and paying attention. You're just here all, miss, is the answer A? Or oh, my bad, I'm sorry, I believe it's B because of XYZ. Like, shh. Just let the teacher speak, bro. Just let the teacher speak.
See, I feel like you just described me in like history class because I'm horrible at math, but everybody like it's well known that if I like a class, like I'm going in, like I'm gonna give a lecture and just tell the teacher to shut up.
Um, this is kind of off topic, but kind of related. So a couple of days ago, well, a day ago in class, uh, this they called on this kid to answer a question, and he straight up sound like he was hitting his headset onto the floor and blowing into it with his mouth because he didn't want to answer the question. Yeah, he made himself look like an actual goober. It was so embarrassing. I felt secondhand embarrassment just being in the class.
Oh man.
That's the other thing. Students not wanting to answer questions and doing anything to not interact with the teachers. Kind of sad.
Yeah,
Because in like face to face class, it's like, I mean, you
you
can
kinda gotta
try, but you still coming up to this blackboard. It's not
yeah.
a matter of if, it's when.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like students really be doing the most just to avoid interaction with the class or just teachers, really. I don't
and
know.
there's always an easier way out. Just say I don't know.
Yeah, like if you honestly don't know, just act dumb. Like I don't know,
You don't even need to act up. You just need to say I don't know, and then
and
probably
boom,
move on to
they carry
somebody
on.
else.
Pick
Because
someone
what are
else.
they gonna do? Bend you over and spank you? They can't.
Now it's time for a possibly touchy, touchy part. How do you think the government has been dealing with this?
Ah, dude, the worst way possible.
So,
Ah,
all right, let's narrow it down. So first of all, the lockdowns. We started off with the 2 weeks lockdown back in like what March of last year. Last year, yeah, it was like March of last year where we got the 2 weeks off. Was it March of? It was March, right? The first
I
week in March, first 2 weeks, then Easter. So yeah, we had the entire month of March off initially, where it was the first two
I'm
weeks and then the Easter
gonna be
break.
honest with you. The first lockdown was great.
It was
It
It
was
absolutely
was
great.
beautiful.
it was great.
I loved it. I didn't get to do anything. I just sat around playing games with friends.
Yeah,
It was amazing the first lockdown, and it did well. And it did well for the environment also. Like a lot of places got cleaner because of
yeah.
less human interactions, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, so like the first one was good. It was a lie. Like we all saw it coming. It was like, oh, it's only 2 weeks plus your Easter break, and you'll be right back to classes. And then that didn't happen because Easter came, and everyone was like, oh, we gotta celebrate Easter and party or whatnot, whatever people be doing for Easter.
The coming of uh Jesus died, so we have to do something.
Yeah, see what that's the thing. Like, not quick little side tangent is the thing with Easter now. It's because it's just gotten so watered down from what the original intent of it was. Where it's like, this is the honor how Christ came and died for our sins. This, that, that, and then like we just see it as. Oh well, there's this thing called Lent, so like bad things could happen to you, and also mermaids apparently, and
Belize lore, I love it.
swimming. Yeah.
I
So
went swimming just cause you guys know this. Like any chance I get to like do something of that nature, I will.
And then the Easter break literally just turns into people drinking and getting into car accidents, and that's the only reason why it's that dangerous
yeah,
because it's mostly car related accidents that happen around that time, and they blame it on like some supernatural entity that's killing everybody. But let's just be honest, we're killing each other.
yeah.
That's just it.
It's just a cover coat, really.
It's a sugarcoat anything bad that happens so you don't take the blame for it as the awful species we are. Because let's be honest.
Where humans are. Nah, that's a discussion for another. video. But the thing with lockdowns, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm chatting out my ass, right? But the thing with I was saying from the beginning, the virus lives for like 2 weeks, they say.
I
So
heard 3 days. So
so
I heard false information.
we're gonna go with 2 weeks, right? Let's rest with the 2 weeks because it's more. If the country had just locked down for an entire month, they supply us with food and everything that we needed, it would kill the virus, or it would get rid of all the virus if they control the cases and all of that. Get rid of all the viruses here, and then there would be no more cases, right? They keep the borders closed, and then they reopen all the businesses, and then we'd be not in this situation. That was the initial thought I was saying.
Yeah,
But
that's a pretty good idea.
exactly, that's what I was saying. But apparently, keeping the curfew up is enough. Which, by the way, what's up with this curfew thing, man?
It's very,
I'm
very stupid.
sorry. I'm sorry. I refuse to understand. And if I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, please do enlighten me down in the comments or something. Shoot me a message on my social medias because I am lost as to why curfews are a thing.
I think nothing was wrong with the first curfew we had, the 10. Not a lot of people are on the streets around 10 anyways. So 10 was the perfect time to get home by my personal opinion. So I would agree that the 4 to 10 lockdown schedule we had before is far way better than the 4 to 6 lockdown schedule we have now.
But for me, right, the way I'm seeing it is like even at the time, so we got 10 to 4 or these times. Most people aren't even out at that time. Like the most busiest times of the day is during the day, like 8 to 5. But that's business
Or
hours.
3 to 8.
Yeah, but that's like those are weird times where it's just like that's people trying to go to the store to pick up stuff for their families. They just got from work. People are, commuting. So it's that weird thing where I just can't wrap my mind around how locking down the country in a sort of way fixes anything. Like I say, maybe I'm just speaking from a place of ignorance, but my brain just can't grasp that thought clearly. Or maybe I'm just talking from a place of ignorance, or I'm too young or something like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So I guess we're ignorant alike.
Yeah, man. Our government is a mess, honestly. Quick,
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say this.
we don't have
As
the brightest people in the office, let's be honest.
Hey, it's not that. It's not that. For me, I don't think it's that. Like, I'm not saying that they are the smartest people as well, but at the same time, what I am gonna say is it's not the best people to be there. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
agree.
we should have younger people in our government system at this point because these guys are still governing for a country that is stuck in the 90s, bro. We need people who are seeing the new vision, the new tomorrow, people who are present, who are living in the present. So I don't know. I feel like we need younger leaders.
We
Or
need people who are more patient and more intelligent and more practical, because I am really not trying to like go into a new age. Like, our country has hit 40 today, and I'm not trying to like see another 20 years of like people doing versus battles in like the House of Parliament or whatever we have.
For me, I think the big problem is we need to just like get rid of these two major not get rid of them because that's constructive criticism or whatnot. But I feel like we need a whole new party with just young people. Or not like young adults, of course,
Not
but
necessarily young,
like 20,
like early
20,
early
25 up, maybe, like like those really smart students,
Nah,
class students type stuff.
I
I'd say we range from, let's say, 25 to 40.
Yeah, like
I
that,
yeah,
like
think
that
that.
that's reasonable.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
a
I'm
that's a
getting
good
at.
age where it's just like
Early 40s, late 20s. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a good range. Like you get a third party filled with these people, bro. Like these people with just innovative minds and like ideas and a clear vision of what they want for the country, bro. And I promise you, we will see change in this country because every time we switch around and change from blue to red to blue, we end up in this cycle of, look at what he's doing. I'ma do better. We put him in, and it's like, I'ma just steal your money and I'ma do like
Yeah,
this
we're
and that
about
for your country. And it's just this endless loop, and it's not gonna end if we don't make it end. So that's just my personal opinion on it.
yeah, they're just pillaging this country at this point.
Yeah. But guess we just gotta wait or not. You know what? Let me stop saying that. It's not our place to wait. We have to make the moves. We
Yeah,
are
we have to make the
tomorrow.
changes.
So not gonna make any promises. I don't know where I was going with this. Like I was gonna say I'm gonna start a third party. but
I'm not. Our country has a lot of potential to be great in the future because we have the second largest brewery. We have a blue hole in the middle of our sea or whatever you call it.
the blue hole.
Yeah, we have we have what's it called? We have structures of ancient civilizations
Yeah,
in
The
our
Maya ruins.
country. We have caves that you could go tubing in it. It's just so much. There's just so much here packed in one small place. So it's the perfect destination to experience everything.
Agriculture too, bro. Like
Yeah,
yo,
And
agriculture
instead of
wise.
flourishing, we have a mounting national debt. So yay!
which is stupid as heck. Yo, like you know when I saw like when my eyes were open to like how we are not using this country properly. A couple months ago, I was in Spanish Lookout, and and we were like on this hill, and I saw the vast expanse of like just open field, and the guy was with. He was like, all of this is usually beans. Like they're flipping the soil or whatever, and they're gonna put beans on it. And I'm like, yo, that's a lot of beans. First of all, that's a lot of beans. But at the same time, that's a lot of money, bro. Like we have a lot of space on this in this country that we are not using. Like if you look at our country on the map, bro, and you like zoom out from every single um district, you realize how much of that district is still filled with greenery.
Yeah, that is not populated.
It's not, we are barely even distributing ourselves across this lands. Like there's places like Jamaica have our size almost how many times our population. They are using pretty much 100% of their land capacity. Meanwhile, we're here using like what? At best, maybe one fourth. At best.
And then let's go on a little. Let's go on a tangent for a little. The way how the cities and towns are structured, it's very stupid.
I mean,
Like it's not planned. Like people don't know how to drive here, and that makes it even more awful. Like you've had experiences.
hashtag touch your Tim. No,
Yeah,
but the thing, all right, so this is mostly going to Belize City, bro.
nah,
Whoever
I'm sorry.
did this back in the day, bro, whoever built these houses and said these were good, these guys saw the streets were narrow as hell. And they were like, yeah, man, this is good. We'll never have cars in the future, anything that will need this much space. This is perfectly fine. Like, bruh, you go like downtown or like those area, like early, those places that been in like early Belize, those streets are so damn narrow, bruh. Like you, two vehicles struggle to fit there sometimes. Like a vehicle stop and it's over. You're
And
stuck in a
then
traffic jam.
Yeah, our
And,
architecture is a mess, but there's also areas where the architecture is just like, damn, this how you
yeah,
living?
and that's how you know, like you get to see those different break off points where it's like, okay, this
yeah,
just
the
came to
old to the
be.
new.
So it's like you go downtown Belize and it's like, all right, this is here for a while, and then you go to places like Belama and you see it's like, like these streets are more clear, like they're space or they're actually planned for vehicles to be here. I mean, Dangriga, the only thing we have here is the bad roads, bro. Like,
Yeah,
goddamn.
the bad dirt roads,
You bring any vehicle here, bro,
potholes,
you need to have some suspensions from heaven itself, bro.
and Jesus Christ in the in your seat.
Man, you can't speed here. You physically can't. There's like a pothole every 3 seconds, just holding you down. Like, yeah, you're not going nowhere, bro. I feel like Belmopan killed it though. I feel like honestly, Belmopan
Yeah,
has
Belmopan has an
they killed it.
immaculate architecture.
Yeah, I feel like they were thinking about the future from back then as they should have.
But what if we did it better?
Yeah, it was
Bro, those roads, I love those roads, bro.
minus the ring road. Like the ring road
They're
concept kind
confusing,
of
but
pissed me off. It pissed me off. Like you kind of have to hit this ring road to go pretty much everywhere. But but like it works. It works. Anyways, off the tangent. We're killing time. Not really. I mean, we chatting. We having a good time. Hope y'all are giving me that sweet watch time.
That I'm just using us for
Or listening
content.
time because you don't really have to watch this, so that
Yeah, I mean, you could
like
just have this running in the
maybe you
background
could be
while you're
doing
doing your
dishes or
homework or something. Yeah.
Yeah, cut the grass, even though they're
speaking
not
of
gonna hear
speaking of
it.
which, leave a comment, or I'm gonna leave a comment down below. And if you think I should, do more podcasts or stuff like this, just like that comment, and yeah, come back to the video.
And also, if you're still here, comment my name in the comments so we know who's loyal to the to the
Yeah,
YouTube.
comment his name down below for real. Okay, so moving on. How do you think society on a whole has dealt with this?
In Belize, uh, we got the virus. Everything went downhill. It's still downhill, and it's just getting worse. Meanwhile, I don't know. I haven't like caught up with any news from China. But meanwhile, in China, they're having the best times of their lives
Bro, they
because
be wilding over there, bro.
but
so
their like media is like very very let's say filtered, very
yeah, that's true.
refined.
Even in Belize, we see this happening where it's like a lot of things don't make the news. Cause like I remember we were in the city once and we saw like this big like it was like a robbery and like a gunshot and like this guy got like shot and it was a big thing and like we were waiting for the news tonight. It was like this definitely gonna be on the news and like we wait for like a solid week for it to be on the news and it never got on the news. I'm like, damn. Imagine how many things like this just go under the radar. It's like, man. Really, it was an eye-opening moment for me personally.
A lot of the really important stuff doesn't make the news. Like a lot of the I'm pretty sure like we have a thriving underground that like
Yeah,
people
I agree.
like they know that it's there, but at the same time it's like most people like they'll talk about it, but people that's one thing like about this country, like people just love to talk, but they're not really about anything. Like they won't really like be on go about it.
Not only that, bro. Like random tangent, bro. The police department lately have been wilding.
Yeah, they suck. Like they've sucked for a while now, but
Law
now they really
enforcement in
suck.
general.
No, I mean,
Nah. Let's
no, no, no,
not
no,
get
no,
on
no.
the let's
I
not get
mean,
on the BDF or you
the
know.
the police defense
Like
force.
isolated incidents, the BDF,
Yeah,
from what we've seen, they've been very reasonable.
Yeah, they've been doing their thing. They've been doing their jobs accordingly. But like them niggas in the bro, I don't know if it's their uniform or what, but they've been abusing their powers lately to the point that some of them have become murderers
murder.
and have
Yeah,
committed
it's
like serious crimes. Like remember Latif, the guy
and then
from Placencia who got shot, and then recently a husband who got shot in front of his wife and his kids. Like it's really messed up.
and
And
then the thing is they don't get the right punishment either. They just get a slap on the wrist and a kiss on the cheek and tell them to
call it
go home.
yeah, call it a day. It's like, oh well, you're suspended for like a couple of months and just be back, do better. Like what? Are
Yeah,
you hearing
that's
yourself?
you should. To be honest, we should have the death sentence. Let's be real.
I can't. I don't.
I
That
don't
should
think we're in a position yet to implement that.
Yeah.
No,
Effectively.
because isn't our prison like overpopulated with criminals to the point that they break out?
I mean, for to me, it's like a lot of non-violent offenders, and you have to think about it like this.
Yeah, I'm talking about
There's
just the violent offenders. The
there's so many
like,
people who like they don't have any means to like get actual help because like therapy isn't a thing here, and like
Yeah.
I personally like I am somewhat adverse to therapy, but that's just because of how I am as a person. Um, but I feel like it would like genuinely help a lot of people because or like some form of actual reform that gives these people the chance to like reevaluate their lives and see that oh there actually are other options out here.
all right, so Leah had an interaction with uh, like a criminal from Guatemala, and the shit
Yo,
he did was heinous. Like, this man should be literally like I don't know, killed him. Nah, nah, not. All right,
no.
I need to rethink my words.
So my thing, right? It's like I feel like some criminals deserve like that rehabilitation where it's not like you shouldn't go to like a prison, but you should go to like rehabilitation center where it's like you grow from your ways or you learn the wrongs of your doings or whatever. Yeah,
That
you
should
learn
be like small offenders, like I don't know, robbery,
petty
but not
theft and stuff
armed.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff
This is
like
the
that.
thing, like prison. When you go to prison, it really only teaches you how to be a better like criminal because you're surrounded by
by
other
more
criminals.
exactly. And then like you put people who like put niggas like that murder or guys that like rape and stuff like that in like prisons and let the system take control of them. And I'm not even talking about the justice system. I'm talking about the system in jail because I feel like you have a more explain you'll be able to explain this more than me, but I feel like there is a system within a jail that we as civilians will not understand, where it's like even though we don't accept it, your crime has it gives you a status where it's like, all right, if you're like a murderer, you stand up top because it's like I don't mess with this guy. But if you're like it's like you're a child predator or like a rapist, you're at the bottom. Everyone like gonna get a piece of you or something like that. So it's like you let the system mess with them in there, but don't put like those petty thefts amongst that because it's kind of pointless. Really, they just get bullied in there and come out, more scarred or traumatized or with problems.
We don't even want to talk about like child predation and stuff like that because that's I feel like that's also rampant. But like people
Yeah,
just try to keep it contained, or like not contained. People try to keep it like away from like the surface, like out of the light.
I feel
But
like
at the same time, it's like a lot. It's like it's rampant in our society, and I don't blame that on the like age of
justice
consent because
system,
I feel like we have a reasonable age, but I blame it more so on like I don't know
suppressive upbringing.
parenting, ignorance, stuff like that. Like
Quick, not a quick, absolute quick side note. This is total left field, bruh. Lord knows what is in those food that y'all be feeding your kids. What lead sheet to feed on them, what kick down fence if you whatever. Yo, some of these females, bruh, and I say it, bro. I might get canceled for this.
I'm going down with you, brother.
But
Yeah, right
I
here.
was
Yeah,
I was
Pause.
talking I was talking to the shot, bro. I swear to God, bro, felt like she wasn't like we weren't talking anything like weird or sexual or nothing like that. But we're just chopping it up, casual conversation. And I tell you, bro, she looks like she was at least my age, bro. And then she told me I'm 15, and I'm like, what? Like you're 15? Nah,
You
you're
mean like
insane.
minutes away?
Yes, like like you mean like this, right? You're not talking about your age because it's like you're no way 15, bro. you're like 18 going for 19. What? So I don't know what they be feeding y'all, bro, but like it's not helping at
Yeah,
all.
and also you should, if you're 15 and you're going after 19-year-olds, that's on you.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's
you're not supposed to be doing that anyways.
but yeah, it's not an excuse as well for like people to prey on, younger people, younger victims, I guess. Yeah. But the angle I was coming from with the society is how they're dealing with it in terms of like the violation, the regulations. So it's like how they dealing with the social distancing, the wearing of PPEs, the practicing their personal hygiene. Any other restrictions we're missing? The curfew, the lockdowns. What else?
A
That's
mask.
I don't think that's a problem really.
Yeah, we should wear masks more often, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, like after this, I'm not sure because it's like we've accepted it, but we all know that we don't actually like it. Like people are probably still gonna like incorporate it more after this, but like we do miss seeing people's faces
Yeah, that's true.
I
and
I'm
like
gonna be
mean,
not
honest
having to
though.
worry about.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
be honest though. I'll keep a mask on me, the disposable ones, when this all passes, if it does passes.
for me, I'm not gonna lie. For pictures, I love the mask because I don't have to worry about smiling or doing anything. No, I just look at the camera and like just look at the
You
camera at an
cute.
angle and know I look
Ha
cool.
ha. You
Just
cute.
like
Ha ha ha.
Nah, it just isn't it for me. Like I'd probably keep. Y'all know that like I am just like always prepared for whatever, so I'd probably have one just like in case something pops off.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep a mask on me now. I feel like here in Dangriga, I don't think there's a lot of people going against it. I see the social distance happening pretty much everywhere I go. People aren't really holding back on wearing their PPEs like in public places. I'll see a couple people walking with it like on their chins or like covering their mouth but not their nose or just not wearing it at all. But it's like very few people now. Like at the beginning, it was a lot of people who just weren't wearing it or not wearing it right. But we at a point now where I feel like they're wearing it sort of
Yeah,
properly or mostly
everybody's
properly.
comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's starting to become part of the norm. It's just like, all right, the mask on now. Some
I'm not
people wear face shields, so
I actually love the social distancing. Like I used to get people all up in my space, and that used to make me uncomfortable as hell. Cause we live in a subtropical climate. It's very hot here, and people being around you just makes it
stupendously
congested.
high.
Yeah, just makes it congested.
Yo, on the bus, yo, I'm gonna tell you, the bus is the best part about the social distancing. You get an entire seat to yourself, bro. I'm talking about my feet is up
Yeah,
on the seat.
when when was the last time you were on a bus, bud?
What it was September, I believe.
They don't do that anymore.
Oh damn, for real? Damn.
Nah, you share seats
I said
now.
September. Yeah, was it September? Not. We're in September now. It was
That
like July.
Yeah, they don't they don't do that no more.
Man, damn, that's that.
They just
Man, they missed
spray
out.
down the seats and tell everybody to get in.
Oh, that sucks. Well, it was like a couple months ago. A couple months ago, it was like a seat a person, but like every other seat or something like that. And yeah, Brad, it was the best trip to Belize in like a while. I promise you. Like I'm tall, so like my knees just be like rammed up in like the seats, and it just be pissing me off. But I spent the entire trip with my feet up, and it was the best thing ever. Feel like I was riding VIP, bro. All I needed was the air conditioning, but it wasn't that hot either. So good times, good times. And now for the possibly most controversial topic: the vaccines.
I think it's okay. Like it's not. We're not sure if it's hurting anyone or not, but I think it's okay.
It's bothering me that like people feel like they'd be so confident in the information that they have. Like when I went to get mine, there was this lady there who was like, she was like making a ruckus about it, and I'm just here like, I feel like you're not the type of person who has done like, you haven't
And
done
research.
clinical trials, you haven't done like, you
Yeah.
probably just googled something and got it off of Facebook. So like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
you know
could get
about
it
the
and die,
vaccine?
but like,
Just walk up there. Oh, you know about the vaccine? Show me your doctor's license. Huh?
I
You a
remember
chemist?
I remember when this thing first started, I was talking to someone about it. And this was one of them people who believe in like the microchips, and that I
That
was honestly fascinated by how their thought process works, bro, and that was the funniest thing to me.
we
Like
don't.
everything they were talking about, it's like your phone does that already. Why would they need a chip to do that? Your phone does that.
Have
Records your
you
location. My phone can do that.
have you seen the one that says you turn to a magnet? That one is funny as hell.
No,
Oh,
like,
my
I
phone
love
sticks to
listening to
me.
like these people because it's like you don't believe them or you don't intend to like shift your beliefs to what they're saying, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's just so intriguing to hear like, damn, you really think that way? Wow.
For the people who think that they inject microchips into your blood, I want you to know that you're stupid and that's literally impossible. We don't even have like nanotechnology yet. Like it's impossible for you to get something in your bloodstream that is
you're
not.
not you're not stupid. You're paranoid and radically misinformed.
Don't get your news off Facebook. It's not healthy.
I feel like a lot of the people who's going around has never actually done any bit of research and they're just going off what someone on Facebook said in like an angry tantrum where it's like, oh my god, the vaccine is just so it's killing so many people and you guys are so blind. Da, 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 da. Recently, there's been the whole anti-vaxxers movement, and that shit tickles me, bro. I don't think you understand how
And
funny I think that is.
the funny thing about police and anti-vaxxers, they have the other vaccines for like measles and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
don't
like you're not anti.
you're not anti-vax. Come on, you have the vaccine.
To be clear though, to be completely transparent, because I don't want no one to be in the comments and be like, "Well, you're wrong. First of all, it's anti-mandate vaccination or some shit like that," which pretty much means the same thing in my head. So, blah, blah to that. Um, yeah, it's
Uh,
pointless, bro. They're confused. They're lost, misguided sheeps.
and I want to make this clear. I'm talking so much shit about the anti-vaxxers or whatever you call yourself. I'm not vaccinated either. Like I haven't taken the vaccine, but I'm not anti-vax. I don't. I just haven't took it because I don't care for it.
I want to get it just so people would stop bothering me.
I got mine immediately after my birthday. I turned 18 like on a Thursday, and the Friday morning I was there ready with my social security card and was like, stick me. If I die, this really gonna be an anticlimactic death. Like, man. But like I felt totally fine. I took the vaccine, didn't have any like negative symptoms. I vlogged it. Oh, in the corner, you can see the video. They gave me expired medication, like I said. But we survive, we proceed, we live.
So all the
I had like the total opposite experience. I was fighting demons. Like I was fully convinced I was gonna die, but I
Like,
made it
yeah.
through.
So this is how I die. Just accepted at that point. Like, yeah. So this is how I go out.
and to the anti-vaxxers, I'm one of you, but not really because I don't care for you.
You
There's
just
an
haven't
intruder
been.
among us. Imposter me.
For me, at first, the reason I wasn't hyped to take it. I just didn't see the need to. It's like,
Yeah,
why?
that's where my mindset is right now. Like, because if in the future I need to take it to work, I will probably take it, 100% take it. Not probably. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just like, why? But eventually, like now that I'm active more in the community and stuff, it's like, okay, I need to, have some level of protection or, like a buffer within my system so this shit don't hit me as hard if I do catch it. So yeah.
Also, um, word of advice: stay away from the Johnson and Johnson.
Oh,
Stay away from the Johnson and Johnson and the AstraZeneca.
that's
Pfizer
what
is your best bet for surviving.
I
That's
got
what
the
I heard.
AstraZeneca. I believe you got the Johnson and Johnson, right?
No, I got Johnson, like a totally different thing. And like I didn't know that was a totally different thing. I had to like go and look it up because I had it on my card. And like when I saw it, I was like, "Damn, they did me like that."
Wait. So it's not Johnson, it's Johnson. Like it's
It's
a
not.
different.
It's like Jansen.
The heck is that?
Damn.
I don't know, like some
Okay.
Chinese stuff.
Uh,
Damn,
that's
we
where you
better hope.
almost died, man. You got injected with some like super soldier serum or some shit.
You better pray that it's not Johnny Sins
Bro,
DNA.
with what I was going through that night, bro, it better have been the super soldier serum. Like I was
Perfect.
Captain
Uh,
Belize. Man, that sounds lame.
so it's horrible.
Call him mutation man for that extra arm he has.
But
And I'm
yeah,
not
man, I
talking
feel
about
like
his penis. What?
just have to
What?
clarify, of course. Just have to clarify, of course. What do you think life will be like moving forward? Like where we are right now, where we have curfew from 7 in the night to about 4 or 5 in the morning, and other places like Kikaka, San Pedro, Hopkins, the tourist destinations that get the little leverage of being open a couple hours later. Like, how do you think we'll move forward from here? Do you think we'll end up in a longer lockdown, or do you think this lockdown will alleviate stuff? Not lockdown, but this earlier curfew will alleviate stuff to the point that we'll be able to be a bit more free after. What do you think will happen?
I don't know, man. It's hard to say. um, I personally think that like, moving forward is gonna be hard for everyone because the the time we're in right now is usually celebration time, and everybody has a plan and wants to do something. And with the curfew being in the way, it prevents us from doing what we wanted to do. Like I have plans. I've been plotting to do something great
Bro,
this December.
we have some cool stuff planned out, bro.
Like we want to get some stuff done. We want to make memories, dude. But the quarantine and the curfew and everything overall is just overweighing all the positives we always come up with. So it's hard to say what the future is gonna be like moving forward.
How about you, bro?
I have no concept of like what's about to happen. So like I have my plans and stuff, and it's well established that like I'm a night person. So like this curfew is really messing me up.
Well, there
But
goes you as a person. You cease to exist now.
yeah, like I'm
I
just
know slap
here.
on the existence.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, because I'm not sure if we're ever gonna like if there's gonna just be like 2025 we go back to like we just get another 2015, but
Down.
bro.
I
20
don't want to
that
go
would be
back
the
to 20.
dream.
Nah, bro. 2015, 2016 was like peak peak of life.
I'm
My
not
life
gonna
was
lie.
Nah, peak of like history.
I'm not
was
gonna lie. 2015, 2016 was awful for me, dude. I went through a
ah.
lot during that year. Like you guys know.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's I'm gonna say this very selfishly, right? That's on you, man. My 2015, 2016 was baller. Like everything after I've just been, it's been it's been there.
I think wait, was it uh, like I've had my rough years, my rough patches, but like um I've always just made it through. Like that's the theme of my life, like just
Yeah,
making it through.
perseverance.
Just being surrounded by the people you care about and finding some virtue in what's around you makes everything better. So what's left to do than just being positive and just keep on living at this point.
Yeah.
Like, turn off autopilot. Don't be like me. Like, meet up with your friends and do stuff. It's very good for your mental health.
I mean, you're saying that like we don't meet on like a regular. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I do get how you say you gotta get out of autopilot, and I mean sometimes it's cool to be in autopilot because life just don't be needing that much effort. But it's good to kick it out sometimes and actually put effort into something, whether it's even if it's just like learning a new skill or doing a bit of workout, because sitting at
yeah,
home can really deplete
I
your
sort of
muscles.
despise like autopilot because for me it's like uh you guys know that I'm not I don't think I meet the qualifications of being a controlling person, but like I like having control over myself. And like when you hit autopilot, it's just like, am I really alive? Like this doesn't feel like who I really am.
yeah,
But
and that's the thing. Whenever a person or personally, whenever I go into autopilot, I don't even realize it until somebody says like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
And they're just like, I don't know, this
Then I
apparently.
then you just wake up from that thought and be like, "Yeah, I really have to do something."
For me, the biggest problem with autopilot is for me is the repetition. Like I hate the concept of repetition, and that is why I had like the whole spin-off at the beginning of this whole quarantine. Because it's just I don't know, man. I hate the concept of doing the same thing every day over and over. I feel like it's dead. It honestly just is. It's just not worth it. So I don't know. That's the biggest fear. But in terms of moving forward, don't. I hate the fact that we are pretty much at the mercy of whatever our prime minister says. Like whatever he says, we just have to ride with it. He could pretty much say, "Well, nobody get to leave your house for the next like 2 weeks," and it's just like, all right, I guess that's it.
you said that, and like you guys know how like my obsession with history. So like when you said that, I just had this like flash of red and yellow in my head. I don't think I have to elaborate on what that means.
Mm,
Um,
I'm contemplating if I should edit this in. Editing the flag. Should I edit in the flag? Nah, 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 nah. If you know, you know. Well, we'll leave it at that. If you know, you know.
and
Yeah.
honestly, people, I don't want to get controversial or anything, but people been complaining about the prime minister not doing a good job or whatever. We literally could just call a by-election like that's an option. Like nobody said that wasn't an option.
But the thing I've learned about us as a society here, bro, is
Yeah, we bend over
every
and just take it.
everyone, bro, will be like, everyone will be like, yeah. So, like, do you guys think about this? Like, what's your thought on that? Everyone could have the exact same opinion and be like, okay, so we're all on the same page, and everybody will be like, yes, and then it's like, okay, so let's make a move on it, and everybody's like, nah, we gotta sit it through. Like, why? Like, all of us can make a difference. Like, if we work together, we can change things. And they're like, nah. Like, maybe four people will be like, yeah, let's do it. But four compared to everyone is not enough, and they'll just laugh at this four. Like, y'all thinking of it? Go sleep. Like, that's one thing I've noticed about us here. It's just like even no matter how everyone will say something, no one's willing to go the whole 9 yards and go through what's necessary for a change. So I don't know,
And
man.
that's what I like about myself. Well, it's also one of my flaws in that I'm feeling when you know this when I like decide like when I stand by something I stand by like wholeheartedly, but like the next week I'll like have the total opposite opinion of it. But like for that time, like if I really believe in something, I'm gonna hold that down. Like all the way. Like you're not swaying me. I'd strap myself to a tree and just be like, I bet.
I'm here now.
Locked in. as usual.
Hey man, so it's been a absolute pleasure chatting with you lads today.
Yeah,
I
it's been fun.
mean, it's it's like 10 in the night right now. It's almost 9:30 actually. It's about 9:30. We've got classes in the morning. Lord knows when I'm gonna edit this. Probably whenever you. I don't know when you guys are gonna see this. Point is, it's Independence Day, so happy Independence Day to
Happy,
Do
Belize.
you
happy
remember the 21st night of September? Um,
yeah,
happy
we know the
21st to the
lyrics.
country with the most colorful flag in the world. Suck it.
Yeah, we also have people on our flag, so suck that also.
Oh.
uh Happy late 21st or whatever.
We got
I didn't
dark skins and light skins on our flag. What you gonna do about it?
yeah.
Also, this video might be really pointless to the people who watch my videos from literally everywhere else but Belize, because I have like 0 Belizean viewers. Please help me. um,
Uh,
yeah. So like, if you're a Belizean and you're watching this, if you're one of the 48 Belizeans that watch my videos, please share it with some of your Belizean friends, and just let them listen to it as they do their homework or something. It's fun. We're just
yeah.
having a good chat. Like I said, there's a comment down below. If you want me to do more videos like this, just like that comment, and we will move and make this be a more normal thing on the channel. And yeah, thank you lads for being here tonight, man. It's really a pleasure that I'm able to speak with you guys. Have a nice, mature conversation, acting our age.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly. You said a
Yeah, man.
couple jokes that might offend a couple people.
And yeah, like I said at the start of the video, man, this is all just our personal opinions. We're not trying to attack anybody. We're not at all politically affiliated. And if we're ignorant, please feel free to enlighten us down in the comments below. We will read all of them. So yeah, thank you so much for all the watch time. I mean, for watching the video throughout the entirety of it. Even if you skim through it, thank you either way, man. Glad that we can have this talk. And I'm gonna see you in the next go around.
Later.
Yeah, man. Peace.
Yeah.
My life a movie, shorty a cutie, all of my tunes loony. I'm with the gang, Goonies. Niggas be lame, goofy. Brand new whip, don't need a key, press up a button, throw me. My niggas slide, Tootsie. Ain't getting money, excuse me. I am a boss. I am in Nemus, you at Ross. I'm drinking Fiji and Voss. I got the wave, I got the sauce.